guys, so this video is a little bit unusual in that I'm a little bit freaked out by this anyway, but I wanted to show you a video that I posted here. It's number 338, and it was posted on July 16th, and it's called This Week, July 16th, 22nd, in Trump Treason and Mueller Investigation. So today we have the news that a Secret Service agent died in Scotland. Okay, so then I had seen this news before, and I didn't think anything of it. And then someone else, someone named Jeannie on my Patreon group had asked about this, the death of the secret agent in Scotland. And for some reason, I connected to this reading because I remember that I had seen in this reading someone dying connected to Trump's property in Scotland. And I didn't think about it because the context of this conversation was Theresa May and Trump's property in Scotland. But I do remember that seeing this person dying, falling, and for some reason, guys, this is what freaks me out about it. I assumed that the death was foul play. Okay, and then the person who died was related to Trump's properties, meaning probably some sort of developer. Let me show you this. I'm going to post a link on the time that if you click on it, you go straight to it. It's going to be set 7:30. There's 7:30. I'm going to play it. Okay, here we go.
Thinking that there's an arrest or a death of someone related to that property. I don't know. Just coming up here. So
this is the version of the post on Patreon. So just to show you here, I wanted you to look at the date, July 15th, because I tend to post earlier on Patreon and then post usually about a day later on YouTube. Now, I don't post all readings on YouTube, but this one happened to be that way. And today is the 18th of July. So it's just like really freaky. Okay, so like I said. So guys, I'm going to get right to it, okay, and just ask, now that you've seen the intro where I had mentioned the passing of a man related to Trump's property in Scotland this week. I didn't think it was going to be a Secret Service agent. And I mentioned also on someone's post, on a response to someone on YouTube, that the image I saw of the man, he looked pretty young. If it's like maybe late 40s or early 50s, he looked really fit. I mean, it wasn't, because when I think of someone having a stroke, I think of someone who, obviously, it's not about how you look or, even if you're overweight, but this person looked really healthy to me, okay? And like I said, the impression I had from this was that it was foul play, okay? But I'm going to ask spirits, okay, for information about this. And I'm sorry, I hope that I'm not disturbing the family. Okay, so I'd like to know what happened. How did it happen? And guys, I don't want to be a hypocrite because I always say, oh, I don't like to do readings like, about this stuff. Isn't my least favorite thing. But in this case, because I had, in a way, predicted this, I think I predicted it right. I don't know, it's kind of scary, okay? So I feel like I owe it to myself and to the audience and to the completion of the story, to find out more what happened, okay? And if the person I saw was not this man, who was it? Okay, so just for a peace of mind, spirits, I'm sorry, I'm not doing this out of just curiosity, morbid curiosity. It's just because I feel a duty towards this, just because I had seen something else earlier. Something, you know what I mean? Something else, meaning something I thought it was not this, but it turned. It's a kind of like blowing my mind right now. It's kind of scary. Anyway, so I'm gonna close my eyes and find out. Maybe it's normal. Maybe it's just my mind. Okay, so spirits, tell me. So they're kind of, in a way, trying to calm me down. They're saying now you kind of, they're explaining that in this experience of this whole thing, right? I open up perception. So I see more things, and sometimes it's hard to filter, or it's hard to understand context quickly. So. So guys, yeah, I'm seeing this image of a man in this, maybe it looks like a hotel or something, kind of, but I see, you know, what I see, let's see how to explain this. It's sort of like, imagine if someone in my position, right? It's showing from the perspective of his perspective, right? So if the person is here, I'm looking at a direction and there's a camera, you know, one of those cameras that are like security cameras, normal security cameras. And it's showing that something is coming from the security camera, that there's something else there, and it's showing magnetic fields, magnetic fields, magnetic fields. I don't know, guys. I don't want to, it's like, as you know, I'm kind of, I don't like conspiracy theories, and I realize I may be creating a conspiracy theory here. I just, yeah, it just, because I felt this sense, I feel a sense of duty, okay, just because I saw this image. So and it's showing me this thing, okay, so it's like this, and he falls and hits his head, okay, so this is the thing about the fall. I don't think, okay, so so this is the first image, okay, so I am going to ask, A, was there any foul play involved, and B, what was it, okay, and whether he knows any information that he wants to pass on to us. Okay, so just wrapping a bubble of pink light around me and him. And I would like to know, just for the purposes of tying up the story, and almost like tying up the karma or something like that, I just feel this duty. Okay, so was there foul play involved? And I'm getting, I don't know, for some reason I get his name, Robert. I think they never gave the name of the person. I don't know. So was there foul play involved in his death at all? Or am I imagining things? I can't tell. I'm getting this image that he's like, this was not my time to go. He's shown, I don't know if it's him, but I'm seeing this image. I was looking forward to my daughter's, the next event he was looking forward to is the daughter's high school graduation. I feel like showing like a cheerleader kind of game or some sort of sports. The girl's wearing a red and white uniform. Not a girl, but I'm sensing it's not a very focused shot on the girl, but it's like a game, and it's letting me know that the girl was there. She was, and she was a cheerleader for some reason. I don't know why, but some man, I don't know. I feel like, guys, some of it is too crazy, but he was a little. It's like this was not something I would have expected, or I knew. The job was very stressful. He is not a good person. The way he treats people is sickening. I've seen the way he talks about people. The way he talks about people, just kind of like walking around. You know, we're driving with him, and he looks around. He has such a disgust for people. He assumes that he thinks he's like a king. I mean, it's okay for me. I understand monarchies, but the way that he thinks, imagine if like some random guy that you work with, he thinks that he's the king. I've worked with presidents, I've worked with important, very important people who had real responsibilities in their hands. This guy is like the Bernie Madoff of government. Okay, so people, I know a lot, I have a lot of friends. I was in the army. Is it army? Something. I see him. I don't know. I think military or something, or army. I don't know. Saying I've seen a lot. Yeah, he's just saying like I've seen a lot of things. I just feel like this guy is just and he's saying this like he smells bad, but he's smelling bad in the sense of like he doesn't pass the test. He knows, he could tell in his bones that he's a some sort of, you know, has a criminal kind of, almost like a smell, not real smell, but in the sense of like that he doesn't feel like there's deep dishonesty about him. And he's saying that all of us who have worked in the Secret Service, it's a way for you to see people for who they really are, because you're doing your job to protect them, but at the same time, you really are seeing them without their masks. My mother, how I'm gonna miss her. I feel like the mother is not on the other side. For some reason, I feel like it's the mother on the other side. I don't think. Because I was like, oh, he said, I'm going to miss my mother, but I felt like he would say, oh, here she is on the other side. No, I feel like she's not. So she's suffering. I was her only son. Is that right? Really? No. You don't have? No, I don't know. I guess that's what he's saying. I somehow felt like he may have had a brother. I don't know. So, okay, so did you see anything weird when you were there? You know, that day? Was it awkward, or was there something strange? Did you notice something there? Or what was it? He said that the place had been sort of half empty. It's not very navigated. I mean, we didn't really. There's something there. Booby trap. Okay. Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, this is like he's saying sort of like this, in a way this was planted before over the. They're showing me, he's saying, I'm seeing here before what happened before it was fall, last fall, December, November, December. There was some construction, additional construction or something, or there was a repair of something, and they may have, you know, because the guys, I didn't say this before, but what I see is like, you know, I had some, it's, you know, what I saw reminds me of when I was doing the readings a few months ago when I did live streams. I had this small microphone that I thought I had issues with batteries, and the batteries are like tiny, tiny, tiny like this. They're like round, little, but that's what it is. But it's almost like a much smaller version. It's like, I'm trying to think of something that it's just like it looks like a tiny battery attached to the light. Okay, behind the camera. It's almost, what I'm feeling, what I find is strange is that it gave me the camera, but I don't think that the camera did something. It was just a matter of a location. And I think the thing was behind the camera. Okay, but I don't know if they were, or maybe there was a way that this thing, somehow they were capturing the person, or there was something there. Okay, I don't know. It's not clear to me. Okay. And I feel like, guys, is going back to this. Because when I showed you the reading about where I got really freaked out about this, okay? So the reason why I didn't think this could have been him is because when I saw this person dying, right? Falling, like, and stuff, I was talking about issues related to the financing of the Trump property and how that was related to the Bank of Scotland. Okay, this was the video that I talked about, the introduction. And now I'm thinking here, that because these people, there was a relationship here with whoever was the backer, that they could record or they could have access to the cameras. There was something where I feel like a lot of these properties have been bugged. Okay, so this is that, guys. And if that happened, how could that have been controlled? How did that happen? They say, and I'm seeing this, we left a message for him. I think it was something on, what was it? How did, something, I feel like we left a message for him. Meaning, I think maybe, I don't know if we got Trump or something, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to say, like what to say about, like, I don't know what the message, was it paper? What kind of message? Oh my. I feel like he got some sort of note about it, okay? Maybe it was Trump. Could have been, I think. So that's that, guys. You know, in a way, it was so quick, he's saying. And I'm getting here, guys. I'm trying to understand how it happened, okay? And it's like this blood pressure increasing, blood pressure increasing. It's like pressure, pressure, pressure. Like yeah, like pressure to the heart. And then I guess it's the stroke, right? So how do we know? Okay, so Robert, how do I know that this is it that I'm a creative person or something? How did it happen? What if was it was there a way that it could have been natural death? What happened? But he's saying that he felt as if the temperature of his body went up or something. And again, it's pointing to this camera, guys, right in front of him. So how do you say? So yeah, so I feel like whatever his body felt, there was a camera right in front of it. That would be, like, if you calculate where, I'm trying to think here, like, okay, like say if I'm here, okay, and I fall to the ground, it's like within the eyesight of this person, there's like these cameras, and there's like these tiny things attached to the back of these cameras. I don't quite understand how these things are triggered. I try to think, okay, is it like a kind of like, you know, for example, bombs, where like if people go into a specific area, they can tell somebody came in and that it was triggered like that, or if it was remote control. I don't understand how it happened, but it's like a tiny, tiny thing. So that's what I think, guys. I think it induced, okay, is this thing that induces something natural to happen. Okay, this is what I think. And I know this sounds like such a crazy thing, guys. And I don't know that I'm even going to post it to YouTube because it's like I said, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of like freaked out by it. Okay. Yeah, and this guy, he looks, I know I feel like something like, oh, I see some of the Irish. But he does look kind of Irish to me, but he's strong. He's like works out. I'm like, You know what I'm saying? So, and then he's kind of a simple person, in a good way, you know, simple person. He likes sports and stuff. I mean, it's not like, oh yeah, he's a man who likes sports. No, it's very specific. Oh yeah, But I know he seems like a truly nice person and a good teammate. Like I think, you know, when he was in the military, the army, whatever it is, that I think he was well liked. I think so. So that's that, guys. Okay, and I feel like he seems like he appreciates it, where he's so sweet. Like he's not, you know, he's interesting. He's not sad, even though he misses the daughter. He might have a son who's much younger. The daughter is a teenager, but I feel like he has a son who's under the age of 10, 8 or 9 or something. So I think, you know, I guess he just arrived there. So he's kind of, Anyway, so I'm gonna stop here, guys. Okay. Okay. Bye.